Hi, this is Sammy Kershaw. Come out November the 9th at Sail Winds in Cambridge. You can see me that night, but better yet, how about winning 2 tickets to the show? Here's how to do it.
Thanks, Sammy. We are giving away tickets for the next several days to see Sammy Kershaw. Plus, one lucky winner will get a meet and greet with Sammy. For your chance to win the tickets, go to delmarvalife.com. Just click on Sammy's picture and you'll find the complete set of rules and information on how you can enter. You can also call us at 443-880-9116. Good luck. And hey, we're like to announce today's winner. Congratulations to Jessica Riddle of Milton. Enjoy the show.
All right, so Kit Kats, Milky Ways, and Nestle Crunch, they're all Halloween staples, but for 18 million Americans who have gluten sensitivity, they're off limits.
Yeah, and for the kids who cannot tolerate gluten, being exposed to it can result in seizures, cramping, and stunted growth. So in honor of Celiac Awareness Month, here are 2 Halloween treats that won't make your kids sick.
Let's face it, the best thing about Halloween is the candy.
3 Musketeers, for sure.
But for the kids, the stuff schools and neighbors are serving could create a Halloween horror. Vacation chef Linda Page shows us how to serve up gluten-free goodies. First up,
we're making gluten-free caramel corn today.
Microwave popcorn.
So anyone can do it at home.
Combine Karo syrup, butter, brown sugar, and cream of tartar.
It helps with keeping the caramel soft.
Mix until it goes from this to this. Pour it on your popcorn. And pop it in the oven when it's ready. Mold and top it off.
There you go.
Between treats, Linda also dishes out advice.
You want to make sure that all of your utensils and all of your pans and things have absolutely no gluten in them. Good way to do that is use a disposable pan.
Next up, Rice Krispie treats with a Halloween twist. Add butter to your pots and pans.
Brown rice, gluten-free cereal.
Add that to the pot, along with marshmallows, vanilla, and cocoa, then pour it in the pan.
Our Rice Krispie treats have cooled.
Cut them into squares, scoop some sherbet, and voila!
And there's our Halloween treats.
Sweet, simple, and most of all, safe.
And another tip for parents, read the labels. Many of our favorites have traces of wheat flour.
And some candy, although gluten-free, may have been manufactured in a factory that produces gluten products. Keep in mind that face paints and other dress-up materials may also contain traces of gluten.
So while we're talking gluten-free, I wanted to share a recipe. I see you had to pin your hair back a little bit.
Yes, it was getting in my face, and I see myself on the monitor, and I've just realized I'm like the ugliest woman ever. I really
No,
am.
you're
I look
not.
horrible. I look like E.T. when you had the
no,
wig on or anything.
Well, we're going to make a crustless, gluten-free, dairy-free pumpkin pie. It is so good. If you love pumpkin pie, you're going to love this.
Sounds
and
good.
This is what you need. You need 2 eggs, 1 can, 16 ounces of pumpkin, or you can use 2 cups cooked fresh pumpkin, 3/4 cup granulated sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cloves, 1/2 teaspoon of ground sugar. You're going to need 1 cup of canned coconut milk, and then 1/4 a cup of gluten-free flour. I'm using coconut flour, but there are all kinds of gluten-free flours out there that you can use.
A lot of interesting ingredients.
Okay.
All right.
Now, here's where we start. We're going to take a regular pie pan, and I need you to just grease it up a little bit. And I like to use coconut oil.
If I get any hair in this stuff, don't blame me. It's like flying around. So just
Maybe
grease
you need
it
a
up.
hair nut. So just
Probably.
grease it up the bottom and the sides. And that is where we're
Is that enough or more?
Put a little bit on the sides because you don't want it to stick.
No, I don't
Okay.
cook. I don't know what I'm doing. All right.
All right, next step, we're going to take our 2 eggs and we're going to just beat them slightly
In
the
here?
bowl. In that bowl right there. And so that's 1.
No shells in there. Look
Yeah,
at
look
me.
at you.
Like a common day chef.
Okay, and just beat it a little bit with the whisk there.
Like that?
Yeah, a little bit more, just enough to kind of
Break it up?
Yeah, just break it up a little bit. Okay, then we put in the rest of the ingredients. So we're going to start with the pumpkin mix. I just use the can variety, but you want to make sure it's just straight pumpkin, not the complete pumpkin
Whole
pie.
thing?
Yes, the whole thing.
Okay.
That's equivalent of 1 can, 16 ounces. Put that in there.
All right, good to know.
Next, you want to put in 3/4 cup of sugar. Now, if you don't want to use sugar, another thing that you can use is honey, but make sure it is good honey, like raw honey. We're going to
supposed to put all that in there, the sugar?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep. Everything's measured out for you. I was going to make
good,
you measure.
Good, I know, because when we
Okay.
have chefs on, sometimes they tell me only put a little bit of something,
Okay.
so I get nervous.
That is coconut milk. 1 cup of coconut milk. You want to get the canned kind. You can get the kind in the dairy section, you know, or in the drink section. You don't want that. You want the canned kind. And just a warning, if you do get a can of it and you open it up, it's going to be kind of hard on top and all the liquid's going to be on the bottom. You need to stir it up.
Good to know.
All right, then we're going to put our spices in. We have cloves, we have cinnamon, we have
Bam.
bam, ginger, and a little salt. And then here is what makes this different. Go ahead and start stirring that up a little bit. This is what makes this different. Right there, we pretty much have a, you know, pumpkin pie mix with all of the things that you would put in there normally. But we're going to put in the flour. And what this does is, since you don't have a crust, you need something to kind of set up the pumpkin pie.
Right.
So I use coconut flour, and it is gluten-free. And we put 1/4 cup of that in there. And
I didn't
you
even
just
know there was
mix that
such
up.
thing as coconut flour.
Yeah,
That's
there's coconut
interesting.
flour. You can also use almond flour. You could even go to like your nature stores, your natural food stores. You can get actual gluten-free flour.
Wow.
So, and in case if you didn't know, gluten is something that's found in wheat. It's a protein, and some people have a sensitivity to it. It can cause all kinds of problems. It can even cause, you know, neuropathy, which is, is something that has to do with the nervous system. So, all right, so you got it all stirred up, and then the next step is you're going to put it into our pie plate that is greased with coconut
All of
oil.
it?
Every bit of it. Pour that in there.
It smells good. It smells just like pumpkin pie.
Yes. Tastes like it too.
All right.
All right, and then spread that around, and then you can take a little bit more cinnamon and kind of just, you know, decorate it on the top. Now, just like a pumpkin pie you would make at home, you're going to put this in the oven. First, you're going to put it in at 425 for about 15 minutes. Then you lower it down to 350 and leave it in there for about 45 minutes or more. And of course, we're going to have this recipe. Go ahead and pull out the finished product.
Through the magic of TV.
Through the magic of TV, we have...
I just reached in there for it. Thank God the oven wasn't on.
We have our pumpkin pie. All right. So you ready to taste it?
Of course I am.
Silly question.
Of course I am, Brian. All right, you can cut it for me, since I did all the other work.
Yeah, you did a good job.
I certainly did.
All right, and if
Cut
you would
that
like
open.
to have this recipe, of course, you know what to do. Just send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to 1729 North Salisbury Boulevard, Salisbury, Maryland, 21801. And make sure you let us know that you want the recipe for gluten-free pumpkin pie.
And don't forget to check out the Eats and Drinks tab on Delmarva Life.
All right,
here
ready?
we go.
Ready to
Here
taste it?
It tastes good.
Is it good?
And you never really would know the difference. I mean, except the coloring's different, but it's very good.
The coloring's a little bit different,
good.
and it's a little, you know, it's set up a little bit more.
Look at that. Look at us.
Still
Way
to
to go.
come on Delmarva Life, 21 Horses is here to perform their song Poison Apple, fitting for our Halloween show.
Yes, it is. We'll hear more from the band next.
Gonna find some sucker before